Okay, today is August 2nd, 2023, and this is my trade recap. Coming into the morning, I had full 8 hours of sleep, I had my meditation, and I filled out my DRC prior to placing my first trade. So, as long as my executions are good, I can score an A on my DRC. So, coming into the morning, I did a daily chart analysis real quick. SPY was gapping down, and it broke my key level that I was watching. In that case, usually on the first premature break, the buyers has been overwhelming the sellers. So especially with the move that I had overnight, I wasn't looking for a weak open for a continuation short. That's impossible. You're gonna take that off the open. You're gonna have to look for some sort of fail follow through to the upside. Buyers not being able to remain in control, and then you can take the continuation short. Or you could look for buyers to remain in control and then look for key levels to reclaim long, but that was very unlikely coming into today. So the most ideal open I had in mind was a strong open, fail follow through, looking for continuation short. This would have been the most ideal, which it didn't do today. Today was a weak open starter, so um, in that case, that's like a plan B type setup. But this is the plan A, the picture perfect one, where immediately off the open trap some longs, and the sellers remain in control despite that, and then set up a continuation short. And then the next one was a reclaim long. This wasn't going to happen until afternoon, most likely, where buyers really need to prove themselves, and it needs to consolidate over key levels. And the chances of that happening at the open is very, very, very low. If anything, it's going to happen during lunch, and you can't really take that setup during lunch. The next one was a weak open reclaim long, and this was the only long setup that I was looking at the open, where it can break below the pre-market lows and then reclaims flags long after the open, or if it just retests that level double bottom, comes back and flags long. And another one I was looking at, and the one that actually played out today, was the weak open stay weak, where it has a weak open and you're looking for fail follow through to the upside, and then looking for any sort of continuation move lower. So um, the only trade I took was right over here. Okay, let's go to the 1 minute real quick. Okay, off the open, at a very weak open, and you cannot take the short here. It's way too premature, especially with the gap down it's having. There's no signal here. This is an area where dip buyers are going to overwhelm the sellers on the first retest of these levels. So just step on this, stay on the sidelines and wait for the chart to develop a little bit. And then right here, when the buying pressure finally starts to step in, and now longs actually have a reason to enter. This would have been picture perfect if it broke above this level right here, that 4570.75, to stop out some more shorts and bring in some more longs. That would have made this setup today an A plus setup, but because it couldn't do that, it can't be more than a B setup or B plus at best. So at the open, has that move higher, fails to follow through, and now you're looking for some sort of continuation short. If it broke right here, I would have possibly skipped it right here at this one right here. But because it had one more attempt at a move higher on the 1 minute off this 4565.75, any longs that are looking to play this right here, this tight risk play, is now stuck once more, confirming sellers are in control. This one more additional validation is all that took to make this trade a valid signal. Otherwise, if it breaks right here, it's too much selling pressure from the top to here within 4 or 5 minutes. That's not a valid signal. That's very, very low probability that's gonna meet your profit targets before stopping you out first. So in this case, this became valid trigger off this candle right here at the 4563.46 break, risking off the highs that it made on the 1 minute flag. So this was the risk level that I was risking off of. Okay, and it broke, but because of the sellers that are stuck from the open most likely, and dip buyers having a reason to dip buy risking off these levels, I knew this was gonna be a slow grinder. So I chose that wide risk to give that high probability of winning, and gave it that uh, took that proper size and gave it the time that it needed to play out. And on the first flush into that low day level, I covered just one contract. I had three contracts total, covered one to make this a risk-free trade. Moved one contract to break even and one at the stop. So no matter what happens, it'll be a break-even trade. It's a risk-free trade. The next one, I covered everything into the second wash, into 1 to 2. And that is not the ideal way to trade. I know that for a fact. If like locking in partial profits into 1 to 1 is not the best. But coming into this month, coming into this week, my main goal is to preserve my mental capital, rebuild on the good habits, and just padding the singles, build some consistency back, and just trading the process, not the profits. So right now, I understand this isn't the best way of executing, but I know that this is the best way for me to reshift my focus to the process rather than the profits. So that's what I've been doing, and I don't even want to look at this right now because I know today, especially once it broke that key level on the daily and is failing to bring in any buying pressure at these levels, today could really be a day where it meets deeper targets on the daily chart for a deeper pullback. But I'm already scoring an A on my DRC today. I just need to pad the good habits and just rebuild those good habits. And I'm just focusing on the process. So even if it goes down all the way to my daily chart profit targets, I don't care. I met my process goal for the day. I am building those good habits, padding in the singles, and whatever happens today, I don't care. But if I stare at the screens and I look at it live, then I might actually start to care, and that's what I don't want to do. And all right, well, I'm just gonna close out my computer now and just call it a day. But actually, before that, let me just go over my DRC completely. Let's see. That's my executions. My easiest 1% was getting proper sleep, $50 per trade. Oh, and then the reason why this was valid was because it was a 5-minute bear flag short. So as a fail follow through to the upside, I was like watching a tape and watching a book map. There's literally no buying pressure coming in, or if there was the initial buying pressure, there was no continuation. And then there was a proper risk reward to the lower levels off the daily chart, and there was proper short signal after consolidation on the bear flag. Yep. Okay, and this could have been a much better setup if it had a weak open first to trap shorts instead of, or to trap a strong open first to trap longs, and then a short like this would have immediately met my profit targets. But because it had the weak open first, it needed to grind, and I was aware of that, so that's why I stuck to that wider stop. Right, and this is my executions here. Good job today on 8 hours and meditation. Although my meditation is proving to work, but I can definitely increase it tomorrow. The easiest 1% tomorrow is going to be having a longer meditation session. Today was 10 minutes. Let's push that up to 30 minutes. And I have no more work that I have to go to anymore. So 30 minutes is very easy to do as long as I go to sleep on time today and get my full 8 hours, wake up around 7, prepare for the open, get my meditation out of the way. And that will be the easiest 1% tomorrow. All right, that's it.